It is day 3 of Gen Con 2025, and we are continuing to rock and roll. And it's about time for the annual interview with some of my favorite folks in the industry right over here. So let's pack up, let's move. No, it's Chaosium Inc. Rick Meints is with me. Yeah, actually,
Good to be back.
I do remember the pronunciation these days. Very nice.
Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate
Congratulations, 50 years, Chaosium Inc.
To be clear, I wasn't there 50 years ago. I was only 9 years old, but I've been a huge fan of the company for about 45.
I would say it's like 41 years. So I was, I guess, on board pretty early too. So let's talk anniversary first, then we're going to talk about 3 or 4 products. They're pretty new. One is I just saw for the first time, which is here. It doesn't come out until I think September. But let's talk 50th anniversary. I understand there are some historical documents that are on display across the hall in the Chaosium space.
Well, there's 2 flavors of that. We have 50 years of Chaosium with a lot of our iconic products. That's just right out in the main hallway. Mm-hmm. Starting back with actually the first product we ever made, which is not an RPG.
It's a board game.
It's not a board game.
Oh, it wasn't.
It's wood carvings. And almost nobody knows that our first products by Stafford's Chaosium are wood carvings, and we have one of the first ones in there. Yeah.
Wow.
And then it just goes decade by decade for
Just think how huge the company would be if they had stuck with that.
We might be one of those nice bespoke wooden dice tray companies.
Yeah, maybe.
Or gaming tables even.
Sure.
But no, decade by decade, we have from White Baron Red Moon, the first game.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
All the way up to our current products. We just threw in the wood carving just to, stump the people that think they know all the history.
Oh, I know all the trivia.
Mm-hmm.
I already lost.
And then along with the display case of all the iconic Chaosium products, we also have a dedicated 50 years of Glorantha triple display case. As you're headed toward the west and as you go up the escalators, we have 3 display cases going just through all the decades of Glorantha and development.
Wow.
Including the RuneQuest cover painting, the map from Greg's White Baron Red Moon campaign, with all of his hand doodles and whiteouts and all that on there. And so just all the different flavors of Glorantha over the decades.
Fantastic.
Because it's also the 50th anniversary, first publication, White Baron Red Moon 75. So.
Right. That's really cool. Gosh, there are so many companies that were massive back in the game space in the 80s and 90s who are long gone.
Or absorbed into a much larger company.
Well, true, yes.
But in terms of independent game companies, still pretty much the way they were when they started. We're the oldest
still
one.
Rocking on.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some stuff that's rocking right now.
Sure. History's good, but let's talk about the present.
Okay, so first off, why don't we talk about something that I have already shared coverage of and reviewed, Age of Vikings.
Absolutely.
Oh, look at that. I'm throwing them off because it wasn't the top item.
Not the top of the stack. But yes, Pedro Ziviani, Icelander, has written a fantastic Viking source book with scenarios. And actually, there were so many scenarios. We have an extra bonus one that if you buy the book on our stand, you get the bonus scenario, the Curse Farm, thrown in for free. And
those who are not here at Gen Con, you'll be able to purchase this on the Chaosium Inc. store
always
shortly, or is it now?
It will be after the show.
Okay.
We wanted to debut it here.
Sure.
First look, first crack at it, but then, the widest range of Chaosium products you can buy is on our website.
Now, I've gotten a question from some of our audience regarding Age of Vikings, and it was a question I couldn't answer. The question,
that's rare.
I know, it actually kind of is. The question was, so they have, I guess there was a Viking supplement that came out for basic role-playing years ago?
Well, many years ago, our first Viking supplement was for RuneQuest 3.
Yeah, okay.
Back in the late 80s.
I was going to say that's
Ken Ralston's magnum opus piece on his take on Vikings.
Okay.
Very well received. And of course, RQ3 is the basic role-playing system.
Yes, right.
And so that was our first one. And then we had a limited release of Mythic Iceland.
That's what it is.
And so Mythic Iceland was out. That was early 2000s, 2010. We had a Gen Con special preview of it. And then Mythic Iceland was out for a while.
So what is the difference?
Well, Pedro took that, and then we decided to make it a little bit more well-rounded, so it wasn't focused just on Iceland, because of course, Scandinavia is a lot bigger than Iceland.
Right.
And so this is taking it back to the continent, and it focuses on a wider range of material than just Mythic Iceland.
Okay.
Although the volcano erupting with a cool creature on it, that is an Icelandic volcano. Although Pedro assured me that the creature hasn't appeared in at least several centuries.
I also have to point out, I learned so much reading this. Yeah, for one, I didn't realize that Iceland did not have any towns or villages for a very long time. And I'm like, really?
Well, it didn't help they deforested the entire island.
Yeah.
And it was hard to build any new wooden buildings when you
don't have wood.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, very cool. I've already reviewed it. It is out.
Yeah, and we have a really cool leatherette for it as well, if you're into the more premium limited edition stuff.
Okay, you got a quick start for basic role-playing. Might as well kind of stick to that theme.
Well, you know, for most of our games, we want a really easy entry point where they can get playing as quickly as possible, because reading may be fun for some, but playing is where the action really starts, the fun really starts. And so, free on our stand for everybody who stops by, we have the basic role-playing Quickstart, which in many ways, this is an introduction to all of our games.
Yeah, it is.
Call of Cthulhu, Pendragon, RuneQuest, Age of Vikings, they all use different flavors of the basic role-playing system. And so if you want to have a good taste of any of them, this is the best product. And because it was originally part of Free RPG Day, a lot of people can't get to a friendly local game store because they may not have a local game store.
Or they may not be friendly.
And so we have it available here for free, and we're going to keep having it for free for a while.
And it's free PDF on Drive-Thru-RPG,
Always.
right?
Yep,
Yeah.
free PDF on Drive-Thru-RPG, and on our website as well.
Yeah. Sweet. Okay, so let's move on to some super new releases. Well, the next one we're going to talk about, new release. I have shared a first look video, haven't reviewed it yet, but it is the latest, well, it's the first supplement for Rivers of London.
Well, we have had 4 small scenarios come out. The domestic,
but they
Jimmy's
were
Last
PDFs,
Dance. Oh,
right?
we have them available in print as well.
Do you really?
Yes,
I
we do.
did not know that.
Yes, we do. Well, we
Thanks,
added
Rick,
another.
make me look bad in front of the audience.
Actually, we're adding 2 more Chaosium cons. We just had Chaosium Con UK, much like the one in the US, but this is over just outside the London area near Milton Keynes.
Okay.
And of course, Ben Aronovich, the author of the Rivers of London wonderful series of novels, he shows up, he's happy to autograph, he's happy to talk about it.
Nice.
He came to Chaosium Con UK, he was at UK Game Expo, he's going to be back to Dragon Meet again, all Chaosium attended conventions.
Right.
And so we actually debuted it at soft debut at Chaosium Con UK.
Right.
So we could see it there, and then of course UK Game Expo.
It is in Liberty's shadow, and the action moves across the pond to the United States.
Yep. A lot of people really like the idea of playing in the world of Rivers of London, but they wanted to know what it was like in America, and so what better way to do that with a full source
America?
book?
America.
Yeah. And so, yeah, brand new. This is our first full release show we've been selling it at. And it's just a wonderful way to expand the setting. The later novels by Ben, several of them are set in the United States, and so we had a lot of great material that Ben was happy to see put into an America sourcebook.
And there's also a little bit of micro literature from Ben in there, a little micro, I don't want to even say novella, because it's, what? No, they call it microfiction, right?
Yeah,
Isn't that
shorter
right?
stories.
Yeah, right. So that's brand new too in that. So very nice, very cool. I have had a few people ask, geez, wow, they moved across the pond pretty quick. And I'm like, you do have a lot of players who don't know anything about England, don't want to have to invest a lot of time into learning about it. They're like, oh, hey, I know all about San Francisco.
Yep, well, there's some clues on the cover that it's San Francisco. But it covers a lot of the United States.
Of course, right.
And so, yes, it's a fantastic way to experience Rivers of London without having to worry about the UK.
And then the last new item we'll talk about is premiering here. It doesn't hit stores until I think September, was it?
It's about 3 months before the release date.
Wow.
But we always want to have something special, new product for Gen Con, and especially for each of our product lines.
Of course.
And so for Call of Cthulhu, we have Volume 2 of Sutra of the Pale Leaves by, it's a joint production between the Sons of the Singularity and Chaosium. And so if you liked Twin Sons, the first in the series, we got Carcosa Manifest, the second, wrapping up the extended campaign.
And I'm going to go way off on a limb. Player characters are going to find themselves in Carcosa.
Maybe. There might be some king in yellow in there.
Yeah,
A few clues on the cover.
Yes. Actually, the Sons of the Singularity have done some really cool stuff.
Especially Asian-based.
Yes, which
supplements,
we don't really see much of.
No, I mean that's their specialty, which is why we wanted to partner with them.
Right.
Work with the best, and so Call of Cthulhu system, their special take, deep take on Asian cultures, and so 1980s Japan, they knocked it out of the park.
Yes. I mean, in it, there was one thing that was in there, a certain mechanic that's in there, that I was like, yeah, I don't think my players would dig, but other people would, just because I know my players so well.
You know, one of the things about Call of Cthulhu, like many of our games, is they're a toolkit.
Right.
There are some optional rules. It's not like you have to use everything to make it work.
When I did the review, I told people, I'm like, yo, this is how I'd probably do it with my group.
Sure, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Your game will vary, and that's
of course.
We totally embrace that.
Any other things you want to talk about real quick, Rick, or?
We also have Chaosium Con in Europe, in Gdansk, Poland, coming in October, right toward the end of the month, right after Spiel Essen.
You're telling me because you're inviting me?
We'd love to have. There's a badge waiting for you at the front desk.
It's not a badge to the convention. It's just a badge. You write your name on it.
Show up and find out.
Yeah. Any final thoughts you want to share with the audience?
I just want to thank all of our loyal fans and, of course, our newer fans for helping celebrate our 50th anniversary, helping us through some tough times when, it was a little bit iffy.
Yeah, but that's years ago. I mean, you guys turned the page a long time ago on that.
I feel you can never say thank you enough.
I get it.
And so,
thanks for sticking with them, right?
Absolutely. And so we got a lot of great things coming out. We hope you'll like those things. But yeah, thank you for always being there for us over the decades, you included.
Well, thank you. And of course, you folks know those new things, I'll be sharing them with you. You know that. All right, Rick, thank you very much.
Always a pleasure.
Doing my anti-con crud handshake. Wonderful to see you as always.
As always.
Thank you.